Hey, how's it going, guys? We're back and we're better with some more betting the spreads. How you guys doing? Merry Christmas to everybody. Got to get this one out a day early because there's two games tomorrow and it's a Wednesday. So, um, pretty pretty crazy week last week. Did not do our best. Um, I wasn't confident going into the week. No excuses though. Put my name on it. We went 6-10 last week. Um, Not great. A couple of them were pretty stupid. And a couple of them were like, come on, like Arizona -5, Buffalo -14. Like, come on, guys. We're supposed to close these games. For sure the Broncos won. Um, some home cooking on there. And then Houston, so stupid. But I don't know. Chiefs are hard to judge like when they're gonna be playing well, but I guess they got everybody back on defense, so they look like the team to beat, unfortunately. Um, but what can you do? So we're gonna start off first week. We're going to Pittsburgh. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kansas City is -2.5, a road favorite. Good for them. Um, no. Pittsburgh has to win this game in order to stay alive. They've lost two in a row now. I have a feeling that Mike Tomlin's not going to let that happen. We've been betting against the Chiefs. I feel like if anyone is bound to do it, I feel like the Steelers are going to do it. So, but I can't. I can't bet against them anymore. Kansas City -2.5. I'm sorry, Russ. Okay, next game we have the Ravens going against the Houston Texans. The Texans lost Tank Dell in that game against Kansas City. They looked good prior to that, but their front four was letting Kareem Hunt kind of do whatever he wanted, and they had no help from the secondary. I mean, I know Kansas City has a lot of speed, but so does Baltimore. And then as soon as Tank Dell went out, they said they only had 38 yards of offense after that. So it's hard to always plug and play. They've already lost Stephon. I mean, Mixon has been in and out of the lineup, and then Tank Dell goes down. So it's just hard because everything you float to Nico Collins' side and they get locked up. So um, give me Baltimore -5.5. MVP season again for Lamar Jackson. And another thing, guys, lost in fantasy this week. Um, Lost to a better team. Can't be mad about it. We had a good season. Number one seed. Went 10-4. And then we had the bye last week. I wish I would have played somebody last week, man. But we didn't. Ended up costing us with our defense. Had 6 points only against the Chargers. I should have known. I should have known. So never gonna bet that again, even if it's home cooking. Like I have to be smarter about it. So I'm just I'm just sick to my stomach. I went down with the ship. So what can you do? All right, guys. Next game, we have the Seahawks going against the Chicago Bears. The Bears played a good, decent game. Didn't wait until halftime to actually start playing. Caleb looked solid, had over 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. Stupid exchange with um, Rome Odunze and ended up fumbling. So I don't want to hold that against them, but it's kind of who they've been, and the defense has been sporadic to say the least. So it's tough game, and you're in the toughest, probably one of the toughest divisions in football. I would consider us the AFC West first, and then you go NFC North second, but they're like right there. So the Seahawks just ran into a better team. Um, the Vikings are just a well-oiled machine right now. We knew that going into the season. I just felt like they had everything on defense, and then their coaching has been spectacular. So I can't blame the Seahawks too much. Just Gino had a couple of bad throws, cost them. So um, mainly because I think Seattle needs this game more. We're gonna go with them, but I could definitely see the Bears winning the game. The battery died. Don't hate me, but I'm happy I finished my point last before you cut it off. Okay, so we took Seattle -4. The next game, we have the Chargers going against the Patriots. The Chargers are -4. Um, Chargers, they're a good team. Can't uh, can't talk bad about them, especially after they handled us. I have respect, newfound respect for them. Like I knew Justin Herbert could do it, just he hasn't done it in those clutch moments, and he had a couple of nice throws in pressure situations, and just let down his team and scored pivotal touchdowns, and then we missed them. So we have to give them credit. I think they'll be doing a nice job in this game in particular because they need it. They have to win to stay in the sixth seed, and then we'll see what happens after that. But Patriots played the Bills well. Is that more in the interconference, divisional rivals just knowing each other, or is that the Bills just taking the week off, kind of not really, um, being aggressive and watching the game? Their offense just kind of they went like 4 and out, 3 and out, and then they were down early. So, but a couple of mistakes, fumble by Ramondre, and then a um a backwards pass that ended up being a touchdown that really helped the Bills, kind of imploded them. But Drake May has some nice touch. He has a great arm. Not great, but he has a good arm, and their future is looking good. So um had a nice dime to start the game. So you got to give them credit where credit is due. I do think that was their Super Bowl though. So I am gonna take the Chargers. And we've been taking only favorites right now. I agree with the favorites. Unfortunately, I hate to take chalk, but the only one I could probably see is Baltimore's being a little dicey, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. That's crazy. They both played each other in this last week on a short week. But okay. Next game, we have the Broncos going against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a huge game. Um, I have a feeling that we'll play hard. Unfortunately, I can see us covering, and then I can see us getting blown the fuck out. So Cincinnati -3.5. They just think that their offense is just going to be running roughshod over our defense, which I can see happening. We just have the offense has to step the fuck up. If their defense, if the Bengals defense is as shitty as advertised, then I can see us winning. Um, the Chargers defense for us was getting chopped up, and then we just sputtered. I can see us having a more complete game, but will our defense hold it down? I don't know. It's and when I say I don't know, that's probably not. So I think I have to take Cincinnati here. Minus 3.5. I hate myself, but ugh, this is horrible. Horrible. Okay. Next game, we have the Cardinals going against the Rams. The Rams eked an ugly win out. A win is a win. Um, Jets had a lot of yards, but didn't score. Had a lot of field goals, and that scored 9 points. I think maybe they missed an extra point, but whatever. They couldn't get past 10 points, and the Rams did just enough. So kudos to them. The Cardinals were in a dogfight with the Panthers of all teams, um, and they ended up getting bounced from the playoffs. So I mean, this is a divisional game. You know how we feel about divisional games. They're closer than we think. So this will be the first dog that we take. So give me the Cardinals plus 6.5. Okay, let's go. Next game, we have the Jets going against the Bills. The Bills are minus 10, which is a little bit less than what I expected. Um, it's hard to say. The Jets need, I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers is playing for himself, and he's gonna have to want a good game. He's gonna want to have to play a good game, get that good tape out there, and maybe the Titans or the Raiders, if they don't get a quarterback, like the 49ers possibly, they don't want to re-sign Brock. I think he's gonna be going to one of those teams. So I do think they're gonna play hard. Buffalo minus 10. That's a lot. Um, Another divisional game for them. Maybe they're just going to be playing them like just to win. Um, they do need to win, but I'll take the Jets to cover. Okay. Whew. This game is a one for the ages. Just kidding. We got the Raiders going against the Saints. The Raiders are minus one. Man, they proved me wrong. Beating the Jags. Uh, that was a stupid one. But I really didn't think that the Raiders would win because I thought that they want their top two pick. Now they dropped all the way down to six, and they're not getting Shador. They're not. They're just not. All those teams have to win, and then for them to lose as well. So I do. I think they'll win again. So let's get the Raiders minus one, which is crazy. This is crazy. Can't even tank, right? Okay. Next game, we have the Colts going against the Giants. The Colts put up that work on Tennessee. Jonathan Taylor was running all over him. I think this is going to be more of the same. The Giants' offense is so bad. Drew Lock is terrible. Poor Drew. But he's making $5 million, so don't feel too bad for him. He just makes these stupid decisions. He had a pick six. He got fumbled. He got strip sacked a couple of times. They sacked him 3 times. I mean, I was rooting for the Giants because they were playing the Falcons, and this guy had the Falcons defense. Nope, Falcons defense put up 31, and they look like gangbusters. And look at them now; they're in the top of NFC, the NFC South. So good for them. I hope that they, make hay with Penix. I think he's going to be doing pretty good. They're shipping Kirk Cousins out the door, um, and their future is bright. But they're so stupid for signing him. Should have just drafted Penix and then have him play. So, but they wanted their cake and needed to. So give me the Colts -8. Okay, let's go. Next game we have the Cowboys going against the Eagles. Eagles, oh my God, coming off a horrible loss. Horrible loss. They won the turnover ratio 5-1. Saquon was running all over them, but then Jalen gets hurt, man. Gets a concussion, out for the game, and Kenny Pickett comes in, does the best he can, but the defense, they couldn't stop him. And they had plenty of chances too, and they just came up short. So the Cowboys are gonna want to play spoilers. Um, and it's +9.5. I can't. You know how we feel. So we have to take Dallas +9.5. Too little, too late for Dallas, unfortunately. Okay. Next game, we have the Panthers going against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are -8. Speaking of the Cowboys, um, they just blew it. Horrible turnover by Baker. Defense was not elite where it should have been. Um, that let a lot of dumb plays just kind of break open for them. So props to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys, but Tampa Bay just blew it. So -8. I feel like Tampa will come out and really really try to attack the Panthers, but the Panthers have been ready, man. The Panthers, except for that Cowboy game, have been playing pretty damn well complimentary football for the past like 6, 7 weeks. And this is an individual game. Division rivals, Panthers, they just want to spoil it. So I feel like they can. Will they win? I'm not sure, but um give me them +8. Okay. Next game we have the Titans going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans are only -1. Hmm. I guess they're saying that Titans actually put up points, even though they're a bad team. They still got some players that can do their thing, Ridley, Tajay Spears, Pollard, Akini Westbrook. Like they've got some guys, and their defense has been solid, but they've been on the field way too much. The offense has been giving up. They gave up, what is it, 30 turnovers, which leads the NFL. So that's the Titans' problem is ball security. And then the Jags is putting up points because they got Mac Jones. So give me Tennessee -1. Okay. And Jacksonville wants to lose. So next game, we have the Dolphins going against the Cleveland Browns. The Dolphins are -6.5. Dolphins played well, beat the Niners, beat them handily. A Chain went off. Tyreek had a drop, but I think he redeemed himself with another touchdown. So Tua's been playing well. What they say, he plays well against below average teams. And Cleveland is a below average team. Cleveland don't even know who their quarterback is. I mean, they just keep turning it over. I think they're gonna get rid of Stefanski. Um, just start over. What is that? Is that really his fault? Probably not. Probably more the owner giving Deshaun all that money, but he's still the head coach and it's still your record. So they might want to go into a different direction. They might play hard for him, but because it's gonna be cold, so it's gonna be real cold. Nah, give me Miami because they can't put up points at all. The Browns can't. They played the Bengals okay, but just messed it up at the end. Okay, last three games here. We have a very good game. The Packers going against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, the hottest team almost in the league right now. Now that the Philly lost, they just look so good. Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold, crazy. The story is amazing. Um, I really like them. I do think that Green Bay needs this game. The they just shut out the Saints, so they're playing really high. If there's a time to be a great team is right now. They need to prove to the NFL and to themselves that they can beat good teams. And Minnesota's a good team. Minnesota's your rival. You saw them earlier. Now it's time to make the adjustments and lock in. So give me give me the pack. Plus one. That's crazy though. They only have a minus one. I would thought like Minnesota, they would have put Minnesota way ahead, like three or four, but guess not. Okay. And the Sunday night game will be Atlanta going against the Commanders. Commanders are minus four. What can I say? Jaden Daniels looks amazing. Brian Robertson looks solid. Terry McLaurin, all those guys. They know what they're doing. Good for them. Good for Jaden Daniels. I thought they would be good. Just like how CJ Stroud was good and he was the number two pick, I thought the same thing for the Commanders, that there's not that much pressure. Nobody thinks that you're going to do good, and then boom, come out the gate. Crazy. What is it? 7-2 coming out the gate, and then they lost a couple, but it's the NFL. It happens. But now they're back on their winning ways and they're just hot. So, and they just came back and beat their arch nemesis in the command and the Eagles. So I like them a lot. Atlanta played well, but is that I'm thinking more bad Giants. So give me the Commanders minus four. Let's go. Okay. And the last game, great Monday night game we have for New Year's Eve. We have okay, yeah. New Year's Eve. It's just kind of throwing me off how far it is. We have the Lions going against San Francisco. San Francisco, man, what a rough season for them. They had everybody go down. People missing training camp, Brandon Ayuk, and the camaraderie, the vibes were just down. Everybody was on Brock for throwing picks so many times in the training camp. I mean, they're interceptions. Like, who cares, right? But just the vibes not great. And then you have Kyle Shanahan. I like Kyle Shanahan personally. Is he this great coach that everybody talks about? I feel like there's a lot of flaws in his game. He has the structure, like the exoskeleton. He's got that built in. They're going to run the ball well. They're going to play good defense. If people keep getting hurt, there's not much you can do about it. So I kind of have to give them a little bit of a pass. They went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, um, or last year, right? Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl last year, and then the Eagles went the year before. So they just missed their window, and people were going to get hurt. I mean, unfortunately, McCaffrey was had the Madden curse this year. Feel for that guy. He tried to come back, and then he got hurt again. So it just it sucks. So give me Detroit minus 3.5. Detroit needs it. They want to rest their guys because they need it. So by the way, our record is down to, I guess, 128 and 108. So we're only 20 games above 500. Unfortunately, it is what it is. As long as we're above 500, that's all I care about. So, um, well, is there 32 more games in these last 2 weeks? So we'll see. Mm, if I got every one of them wrong, I would be 12 games below. So I need to make 12 of 20. No, 12 of 32. So to be 500, I think we can do that. I hope so. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it for this week, week 17. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you guys. Gamble responsibly, gamble what you have, not what you need. And as always, stay classy, San Diego.